Hi there, it's Llarold. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects in Legion, artifact power. Specifically, my goal is to try and get a good idea of how much work you'll have to do in order to get an alt or an off-spec from 0 all the way up to 75 traits, once we're up to Artifact Knowledge 55. If you're a cybernetic AP farming machine like Akusa or myself, your main's probably at 73 or 74 traits right now, with hopes of getting to 75 sometime around, let's say, the end of next week. If you're not quite at that level, there's really nothing to worry about. Artifact Knowledge is going to catch you up pretty quickly, especially once we reach Artifact Knowledge level 55. And that's good news for a couple of reasons. First off, not everyone has the time or determination or whatever kind of mental illness makes you want to do every world quest on the Broken Isles and Argus and every invasion point you're awake for every single day. Second, some people like alts. Akusa and I both like alts actually, but the way AP works makes it hard to play them well at all and have time left each day to do anything. The Netherlight Crucible has made it so that artifact weapon level 75 is the last really big power increase you get from AP. After that point, all of the gains from AP are really small. Basically, if you take two equally geared and skilled players of the same spec and throw them at a raid boss, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between whether one of them had a couple more artifact weapon levels or if the other one of them just sneezed during the fight. As of right now, we're at Artifact Knowledge 48, which is a 100 million % AP increase. In another 7 weeks, right at the beginning of December, we'll reach the cap of Artifact Knowledge 55, which is a 630 million % AP increase. Basically, it's 6.3 times more than we're currently getting. Right now, there's an average of about 7.5 billion AP on the map each day from world quests, and invasion points are worth about 600 million on average, so if you do 4 a day, that's another 2.4 billion. Rounding it all out for simplicity's sake, that's right around 10 billion AP every single day if you're doing a pretty good job of trying to farm a character's AP up. That also doesn't include any token doubling from Legion Fall United, or any tokens from Mythic Plus, or the Mythic Cache each week, or raiding, or emissaries, or challenge missions, or story quest rewards, or you get the point. So, let's assume that Legion Fall United averages out over time and it's worth about 10% more AP. That puts you around 11 billion AP each day right now. Once we're at Artifact Knowledge 55, that's going to go up to about 70 billion AP per day. Going from 0 artifact traits up to 75 takes about 943 billion AP, which is a ridiculous number. 943 divided by 70 is about 13.5. So without any AP for Mythic Plus rating, blah 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 blah, going from 0 to 75 on a new character should take about 2 weeks or less. When I started working on this video, I was actually hoping it would be closer to 5 days. So that initial estimate right there of 2 weeks is kind of disappointing to me. There is some good news though. That's definitely still a big overestimate. Because I'm mostly focusing on alts, I did intentionally leave out things, like I said, of Mythic Plus, Raid, etc., but I will come back to Mythic Plus in a bit. I also glossed over some of the things that are harder to quantify, like mission table and story quest rewards. Doing Suramar and Argus and all of that story stuff you probably did ages ago on your main is going to be worth an incredible amount of AP at Artifact Knowledge 55. The AP token from Whispers of a Frightened World, that story quest with Magni where you saw creepy stuff inside Sholazar Basin, is worth 5 billion AP at 55, for 3 minutes of questing. Emissary caches are an easy 2.5 billion AP every day too. Again, I chose World Quests because they're the simplest thing that even the lousiest Crumbum alt can do. If you're not into World Quests, I get it. So here's a quick look at AP values for Mythic Dungeons. First Mythic 10s, then Mythic 15s. 15 Nelth's Lairs, which are a medium dungeon, are worth about 7.5 billion AP each. So that's about 125 15 nelths to go from 0 to 75 traits. Maybe world quests don't sound so bad now. Obviously, it's impossible to nail down exact specifics because I can't make a perfect statement for everyone. Maybe you decide to stop sleeping and do 12 invasion points a day. With that attitude, you might be done in less than a week. Maybe you only do emissaries and nothing else, 0 invasion points. That's probably going to take a month or maybe even longer, but it should only take you 5 to 15 minutes a day. So let me close on this bit of positive news. For a lot of classes, the Tier 2 traits from the Netherlight Crucible are much more important than the Tier 3 traits. You only have to reach artifact level 66 to totally unlock Tier 2 for a weapon. And getting to 66 traits only takes 89 billion AP, which isn't even 10% of what it takes to reach 75. If we go on the earlier assumption of about 70 billion AP per day, going from 0 traits to 66 should only take about 1 day, maybe 2. Basically, if you make a new character or start working on an off-spec you haven't touched at all, you should be able to get its artifact weapon up to a point where it's pretty competitive within a single weekend. That's pretty good. I think that about covers it. If you have any questions or comments, leave us a question or comment. Like and subscribe while you're at it. If you're feeling really social, talk to us on Twitter at WoW at Night. Thanks for watching. Bye.